Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I am teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE exam. So my dear students, in the previous video we have seen that how conduction is occurring in the spheres, in the composite spheres, and what are the heat transfer, thermal contact resistance, and each and everything we have discussed. So now what I'm going to teach right now is the most important topic for your GATE point of view, because this is critical radius of insulation, or we can say critical thickness of insulation. Okay, so number of questions are asked from this in your GATE, and concept is very easy. Okay, only just you have to focus on the board and just see the entire video up to last, so that you will understand each and every concept. Okay, so let us come to the board and let us understand what is critical thickness of insulation. Okay, now let us come to board, my dear students. Critical thickness of insulation first. Critical thickness of insulation. That means critical means at most value, at what this will be, the adding insulation or removing insulation or increasing the radius or length of the insulation will be critical. So we have to discuss that case. Okay. Now first of all I will consider a plain slab case. First of all consider a plain slab. That is, let us take case first. Plain slab case first. Okay. Now my dear students, let us see. If there is a plain slab and in this plain slab there of length L, let us say, and having some temperature T1 and T2, again you remember it very well right now, and that is your heat transfer, my dear students. So if I will add insulation at the one face of that particular slab, so what will happen? Sir, I know there will be some reduction in heat transfer. Why? Because we are adding insulation. But what is the concept behind it? When we are adding the insulation, what is happening is that due to addition of that insulation, the conductive resistance is increasing, my dear student. So let us say if I have added an insulation there, if I have added an insulation of that much, let us say this much. So what is happening? There will be a resistance to that heat flow, and that insulation will increase what? That insulation will increase, that is your conductive resistance. So what is the conductive resistance in case of the plain slab? That is given by L by K A. Okay. So if I am increasing your insulation, or I am increasing the insulation, then what is happening, my dear students? That L is increasing now, and that means X is increasing. Let us say X is increasing. So when X is increasing, or that thickness is increasing, that is thickness of the slab. So when thickness of the slab you are increasing X, that means L is increasing, and continuously this will increase. Okay, continuously this will increase. So adding insulation will result in reduction of heat transfer. Very good. So one student may ask me, sir, will there be any reduction in your convective resistance? Yes, let us see. So what will be the convective resistance, my dear student? So convective resistance will be given by 1 by HA. So if I will talk about the area, my dear students, so this will be your area. Is there any change in area? No. So when I am adding insulation inside the plain slab, then there is no effect on the area. Your area is almost constant every time. So your area is constant, and heat transfer coefficient is also constant, my dear student, because outside fluid will have that same heat transfer coefficient. So this value will not change. So when this value will not change, that means this, that is R convective, will not change. So this will also not change. So when this value will not change, that means your convective resistance will be similar, and only there will be conductive resistance, and it will increase, due to which there will be decrease in heat transfer. Okay, there will be decrease in heat transfer. So we can write in this case, in case of plane slab, there is no change in the surface area. So in case of plane slab, there is no change in the surface area, okay, due to which what will happen, because there is not any change of surface area, due to which if I will add insulation, my dear students, adding insulation will result only increase in that is conductive thermal resistance, due to which adding insulation will result in what? Adding insulation will result in decrease in heat transfer, my dear students. And the second case is what? So when there will be decrease in heat transfer, so why there will be decrease in heat transfer? Because the effective resistance will increase, because the effective resistance which is given by what? R effective is given by what? R conductive plus R convective. So this is your constant, my dear students. This is increasing. So that means R is also increasing because the effective resistance is increasing. So the effective resistance is increasing, and hence the heat transfer is decreasing. So this is the case of plane slab, my dear students. So adding insulation will decrease in heat transfer. Now let us consider the second case, which is very, very much important. Your cylinder. Let us consider the cylinder. So if I will talk about cylinder, let us talk about the cylinder first. Okay. So if I will talk about the cylinder, let us see what will happen. So here comes the critical radius of insulation concept. Let us talk about the cylinder. Okay. So let us say if there is a cylinder having some radius r, okay, and let us say there is some heat transfer QR. Okay, my dear students. So if I will add insulation on this, what will happen? Let us observe carefully. So let us say I am adding an insulation. Okay, I am adding an insulation. I have insulated it. Let us say this is your K insulation. Okay. So when I am adding insulation, what is happening, my dear students? If I will increase continuously that radius, of insulation, that is Ri insulation. So what is happening? Let us see. So when I am increasing that radius of insulation, what is occurring? What is happening? Let us see. What will happen to the conductive resistance? My dear student. So conductive resistance in case of cylinders, that is a cylinder inside the board like this. Okay, cylinder. So this is given by ln R by, let us take that is R1. Let us take it R1. That is R insulation. Let us take it R. Okay, let us take it R. R divided by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. R is not there inside. I have told you many times. 2 pi KL. Don't do mistake in gate. Okay. Now this will be 2 pi KL. So when I'm increasing that insulation, that is R is increasing, that means R conductive is also increasing. So when I'm adding insulation, what is happening? The conductive resistance is increasing continuously. Why? Because we're adding more and more and more and more insulation in this case. So, but what is happening to the convective resistance, my dear students? So if I will talk about convective resistance, so convective resistance for the outside surface will be given by what? Let us see. This will be given by 1 upon H multiplied by the area, which is 2 pi R L. So when I am increasing that R, that means area is increasing. And when area is increasing, my dear students, what is happening to this? That entire value, that is entire value is decreasing. That means R convective is decreasing. R convective is decreasing, my dear students. So if I will talk about the effective resistance, so what will be the effective resistance? R conductive plus R convective. So it may so happen that it can increase or it can decrease depending on the thickness of insulation. So what we can say is, if the thickness of insulation is increased, that means the conductive resistance increases. In case of cylinder, if thickness of insulation is increased, that means your conductive resistance increases. What is your conductive resistance, my dear students? That is given by ln R by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. Why it is increasing? Because R is increasing. That's why this conductive resistance is increasing. Conductive resistance increases and convective resistance. Convective resistance. What is your convective resistance? 1 upon HA. That means area is increasing, means R convective is increasing, is decreasing. So R effective, or we can say effective thermal resistance may increase or may decrease. So effective thermal resistance can increase, can decrease. So this can increase or this can decrease. I don't know right now. So what will be the case? Let us see. So the heat transfer may increase or decrease. So the heat transfer may increase or decrease in cylinder. So we don't know what will happen, but heat transfer may increase or decrease in the cylinder. So what will be the cases in this? Let us see, my dear students. So if I am talking about a cylinder, we have known up to here. Let us talk about the critical radius of insulation. So let us talk about the critical radius of insulation. So if I am taking a case of cylinder, let us see what will happen. So if I am talking about a cylinder, let us say this is your cylinder. This is your cylinder, my dear students. Okay. And there is some heat transfer QR in this direction. And I'm adding some kind of insulation. Let us say some insulation is added in this. So may I know what is happening to everything? Yes. Let us see. So this is the case, my dear students. So we have seen then when we are increasing this, so what is happening? Let us see. So let us take the radius in this direction, because radius is in this direction, my dear students, that is your r. So let us take r in this direction. Let us take r total, that is effective thermal resistance, or we can say r effective, or let us take heat here, and let us analyze the concept. This is very much important for your point of view, so understand it carefully. So I will be giving you that concept very, from basic. Let us see. So my dear students, when I am increasing the insulation, when I am increasing that R, what is happening? Your conductive thermal resistance is increasing. Okay. So when I am increasing this, your conductive thermal resistance, that is due to this K insulation, this will, what will happen to this? This will increase like this. Okay. That is R conductive. Okay. And what will happen to your convective thermal resistance? It is decreasing. So let us see. So convective thermal resistance is decreasing, my dear students. So convective thermal resistance is decreasing. That is your R convective in this direction. R convective. So first of all, your total resistance will be okay. Let us see here. So total thermal resistance, that is effective resistance, first it will decrease, then it will reach to the minimum value, that is your R minimum, my dear students, that is your R effective. Okay. So first of all, the conductive resistance will increase, but it will increase less, but the convective resistance will decrease high. So the convective resistance will be so small that there will be fast heat transfer, due to which there will be R minimum. Okay. Now, where this R is minimum, I mean where both the resistance are so such that there is the minimum heat transfer through the cylinder, then that point will be called your critical thickness of insulation. So sorry, where there will be maximum heat transfer, my dear students, maximum heat transfer, because R will be minimum. So if R will be minimum, you know that delta T by R is by R effective. So when R is minimum, your Q is maximum, my dear students. So at this point there will be what? That is, let us say, your RC. So this will be your RC, and at this point, that is critical thickness, critical radius of insulation, and at that point there will be maximum heat transfer, or this will be the point where the resistance, that is effective resistance or total thermal resistance, is minimum, my dear students. Okay. So at that point, the radius which is counted is called your critical radius of insulation. Okay. And here heat transfer will be maximum. My dear students. So first of all, let us observe, if that R effective is decreasing in this direction, so what is happening to the heat transfer? It is increasing. Very good. The heat transfer, that is Q, is increasing. Then at that point it is becoming maximum. Okay. And then R minimum is increasing. That's why your heat transfer is decreasing in this direction again. First of all, it is increasing, then it is decreasing. That is Q decreasing. So my dear students, in interviews, maybe there may be some questions can be asked. So when you will consider your so when you will be asked in, maybe you will be asked this, this is asked in interviews many times in BARC, DRDO and IOCL and all. So this question is very much important. So now you know the concept that how R is becoming minimum. Okay, because of this. Okay, I'm not explaining it again. Now how heat transfer is increasing in this direction, because that is resistance is, that is R effective is decreasing, that is R total is decreasing in this direction, and it is becoming minimum. So that's why heat transfer is increasing, and that is becoming maximum here. Q maximum will be there, that is Q maximum. Okay, then again it is increasing. So this case will be used. So when where this case will be used, so where you want to transfer more heat. So in case of electrical wires, if you will see, my dear students, in case of electrical wires, there will be some more heat generation, and you may be you have seen these wires. So if you want more heat, if you want more current to flow through these wires, then you have to remove heat continuously, so that there will not be much heating. So to pull that wire, so we design the wire thick radius such that there will be maximum heat transfer. Okay, so these wires will be having your this area. So in this portion, these wires will be taken. That means that the radius of wire will be taken as radius of wire will be less than that critical radius of insulation, or less than equal to. Okay, now in case of steam pipes, if you see, you want to control the heat transfer so that there will not be more heat transfer, so steam will not be condensed and it will not hurt the turbine. Okay, that's why in this case, this reason you will be using this case for steam pipes, my dear students. Steam pipes. Okay, in case of steam pipes you will be using this area. So hope you have understood. So in case of steam pipes, what will be there? Let us see. If steam pipes you are using, or if you are designing something for a steam pipe, so radius of the steam pipe must be greater than or equal to that critical radius of insulation. So these, for both, all the concepts are very much important for your point of view. Just revise them before your exam. Okay, now this was up to it in this case. Now let us see how we can calculate the critical thickness of insulation for cylinders and for spheres, because it will be same for what? It will be same for plane slab, because there is no increase in the conductive area. So the heat resistance will increase only, conductive resistance will increase only. So let us see for the cylinders. So how we can calculate the critical thickness of insulation for cylinders, or that is radius of insulation. So in case of cylinders, my dear students, what will be there? Let us see. What will be the total resistance, or we can say effective resistance. So R effective in case of cylinders will be given by your Ln R by R1. Let us take that is your R. This is your R and this is your R1, my dear students. Okay, divided by 2 pi plus R convective. What will be the convective resistance outside? Because there will be some heat transfer by convection from the outside. This will be given by, let us say, H is there. H into area, which is 2 pi R L. So for minimum thermal resistance, what I have to do is I have to use the concept of mathematics, that is maximum minimum. So for minimum or maximum resistance, so what will be there? That del R effective divided by d of R must be equal to 0. Okay, so let us differentiate this equation with respect to R. So differentiating that equation with respect to R, what I will have, let us see. So differentiating this equation first with respect to R, my dear students, I will have what with respect to R. So this will become ln of, so when I will differentiate this is 2 pi KL is constant, so this is 1 upon 2 pi KL is constant. This will become how much? This will become 1 upon R upon R1. So R1, let us take, this will become 1 upon R1 multiplied by R upon R1. You have to again differentiate. This will become again 1 upon R1. Okay, then plus 1 upon 2 pi H is constant. Very good. And L is also constant. So you have to differentiate 1 upon R, which will become 1 upon R. What is the differentiation of R to the power minus 1? If you are differentiating this, R to the power minus 1. So this will become how much? This will become R to the power minus 1. Okay. then again minus 1 multiplied by, so this will become minus 1 into r to the power minus 1 minus 1. So this will become minus 1 upon r square, my dear students. So let us put this value equal to 0. So what I will have, let us see. So 2 pi can go and L can go. So remaining term will be that R1 and R1 can go. So the remaining term will be, this will be your 1 by k into R, 1 by k into R plus or minus is already there. I can take this to this side because this is equal to 0. So minus is already there. So this will become minus 1 of 2 pi already gone, h into r square, my dear students. Okay. So r and r can be cancelled. So the r will be equal to, so this will become plus if you will take this to this side. So this will become r is equal to k by h, and this will be your C, critical radius of insulation. Why? Because that r effective will be minimum here. So at minimum thermal resistance, that is total thermal resistance will be minimum at what? So total thermal resistance will be minimum at the critical radius of insulation, that is RC. So this will be your RC for cylinders. So this will be your RC for cylinders, my dear students. Cylinders. Okay. Now let us see for spheres. What will be there? Let us see for spheres. So in case of spheres, you can calculate the critical thickness of insulation. Let us see. So what will be the critical thickness of insulation in case of spheres? Let us see case second or third, because we have also seen for plane slab, which there in case of plane slab, my dear students, that increase in length or total length will be your critical thickness of insulation. So in case of so critical radius of insulation for number of questions are asked in GATE from this also, critical radius of insulation for spheres. Let us say there is a sphere, my dear students. There is a sphere of radius r1 and radius r. Okay, radius r. So what will be the total conductive resistance or convective resistance? Let us say this is exposed to some H, heat transfer coefficient H having some temperature TB and something. So heat transfer will be there for by convection, and there will be some convective thermal resistance, my dear students. Similarly, there will be some conductive thermal resistance, in this case R conductive. So the total effective resistance will be given by what? So R effective will be given by what? R effective will be given by your total conductive resistance or conductive plus R convective, my dear students. So this will become R effective is equal to R conductive is how much? Given by R minus R1 divided by 4 pi K into R1 R2. 4 pi K R1 R2 in this case. In case of, but R2 is your R here. Okay. Then plus R convective, that is H into 4 pi R square, that is H into area 4 pi R square. Now doing this minimum, so for maximum or minimum value, maximum minima, you maybe have gone through this in differentiation in mathematics, that is R effective divided by dr must be equal to 0. Okay, must be equal to 0. So let us differentiate this equation, whole equation, this much, this equation with respect to R. Let us say what I will have. So dr effective divided by dr is equal to 0. So dr effective by dr will be, that will become equal to how much? Del by del R of, that is take constants outside. Let us take constants outside, that is 4 pi K R1. So let us take R1 inside only. So this will be your del by dr of, this value will become 1 upon R1. This will become 1 upon R1 minus R1 upon R1 R. So this will become 1 upon R. Okay. plus, I'm taking that h, that is 4 pi h outside, and there will be d by dr of 1 upon, that is minus only 1 upon r square, 1 upon r square. This will become your r to the power minus 2. Okay, now let us differentiate it. So I will have that 0 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi k, 4 pi k. So if I will differentiate this, then r1 is constant. So when r1 is constant, this will become 0. So this term will become 0. Okay, minus. Now minus 1 upon r will become what? This will become r to the power minus 1. And when I will differentiate, it will become minus 1 upon r square. So this will become minus 1 upon r square, my dear students. So now plus 1 upon 4 pi h, del by del r of minus 2. So this will become what? Minus 2 multiplied by r to the power minus 2 minus 1. Okay, minus 2 minus 1 will become 3. So this will be r to the power 3. So now having this equal to 0, what I will have, let us see. What I will have, let us see. So there will be that is already a minus here. So this will be your minus of minus 1 upon r square. Okay, so this will become minus minus plus. So let us see, 1 upon 4 pi k into minus minus plus, that is 1 upon r square into r square. This is plus, or that will be minus 1 upon 4 pi h into 2 by r cube. 2 by r cube is equal to 0. So I will take this value to this side. So this will become what? So 4 pi can go, r square and r square can go. So r will be there only. So this will become how much, my dear students? Let us see, 1 upon k is equal to 2 by h into r. So that r after differentiation will be critical radius of insulation for this sphere. Yes. So RC will become equal to 2k by h. And this radius is your critical thickness or critical radius of insulation. Critical radius of insulation for spheres. For spheres. Okay. Hope you have understood this and all the concepts are clear. Okay, my dear students. So this will be the critical radius of insulation for a sphere, that is 2k by h, and that is was k by h. So it is simple to remember. So there can be one note in case of wires. So in case of wires, you know. So my dear students, in case of wires, what will be the critical radius of insulation? It will be less your critical thickness of insulation, and in case of wires carrying current, the critical radius of insulation must be so radius of the wires must be less than the critical radius of insulation. And in case of steam carrying pipes, the critical thickness of insulation or radius of the steam pipe must be greater than critical thickness of insulation or critical radius of insulation. So pipes carrying steam insulation should be used in such a manner that the heat transfer is reduced, and therefore the thickness of insulation in this case must be greater than the critical thickness of insulation. So there can be one question that, sir, if insulation is provided inside the, that can be an interview question. Let us see this. So I will be giving you all interview tips, because most of the questions in interviews are asked from heat transfer only. But if your concepts are clear, you can do anything. Okay, you can explain anything. So let us see. So one student may ask me, sir, if I will provide that insulation inside the pipe. Sir, this is your pipe or your sphere. So what I am doing is I am providing insulation, increasing insulation in this direction. I am providing insulation in this direction. So that is our insulation is in this direction. Our insulation is in this direction. So what will happen, or can we find the critical radius of insulation in this case? No. Why? Let us see. So when you are increasing insulation inside the cylinder or sphere, so in case of plane slab, if you are using inside, that will be the same case, but I am discussing that for cylinders or spheres. So if you will increase insulation, so what will be there? So our conductive will increase or decrease? It will increase, sir. It will really increase, okay. But what will be the outside area, my dear students? Outside area. So outside area will be constant, and when your outside area will be constant, your H convective will be constant. So H convective will be constant. So when H convective will be constant, so there cannot be R minimum. Your R effective, that is your R effective, will always increase. Will always increase. So when your R effective will increase, so there is no concept of what? Critical thickness of insulation. Okay. So this was the case for this. Let us move on to the next topic, my dear student. Thank you so much.